gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages, hello and welcome. Today, I'm going to be playing Anno 1800. I'm a reasonably newcomer to the Anno series. I know they've been around for a very long time. I've never ventured into this series because I always thought that there was perhaps better games out there. Having played this one, the latest one, I'm very impressed. So I really love this game. So I've decided to create a series of videos showcasing the game, showcasing some of my skills as a narrator perhaps. So if you've never played this game before, you're in for a real treat because I'm about to show you how. Okay, so let's start. We'll go for a new game. Before I continue, I have almost all of the DLC. I have one missing, the High Life. Okay, but that shouldn't matter for the purposes of this video. Okay, so we go to new game. We go to sandbox. We'll go for less guidance because I shall guide you through. Then we pick our avatar. As you can see, some of them I haven't unlocked yet. Fair enough. Yeah, why not her? There we go. Okay, and our emblem, our crest, our coat of arms, if you like. Call me a old-fashioned traditionalist, but I kind of like the Britannia head. You know what? I always go for that one. So let's change. Let's go for this one instead. Better. Let's go for this colour. Nice blue. Continue. Player name. Let's go Miss Money. Okay. So, I'd like to show you a standard game. So I'm gonna stick to the normal settings. You can see here what those normal settings are. And here we go. So let's dive into the game. Okay, here we go. So, the very first thing to do on this game, before you lay any roads, before you build anything, what I like to do is go and find another island to colonize straight away. Preferably one that has potato fertility, grain fertility, hops fertility, and pepper fertility. Now those resources won't come into play for at least the first half an hour of play, so we'll see how it goes. Ah, it looks like I've just met my first rival. She's fairly close to me. It's not too much of a problem going forward, but we do need to find a nice big island with lots of resources, preferably one that is quite close to my starting island. The reason being is because it takes time for the ships to go from one port to another. You want to reduce that travel time as much as possible to make sure your trade is efficient as it can be. But more on that as we progress through the game. So here is another rival of ours. Okay, she's going to be a bit of a problem in later game, but let's not worry too much about her now. Right, now let's start building something. So you need your roads. Now, where to put your first market? I'd like to put it here. And then we surround it with roads. So it's connected. Then make a T-junction. Four houses. Okay. Next, one of the primary sources in this game is timber. So we need timber. Let's do that now. So, timber. So first we need a lumberjack's hut. Okay, and now just tidy that up a little bit. The lumberjack's hut is being set up now. I like to double up on every resource if possible. So 2 lumberjack's huts, you get twice as much wood. It stands to reason. Next, I'm going to put a timber yard. One here, one here. You want it as close as possible, again, to minimise travel times. And that is a thing, as your city gets bigger, you'll realise travel time is important. Okay, so that looks all good and set up. Now what we do need is a small warehouse to store all our produce. So let's do that. It needs to be in range. You can see the red icons. They currently don't have access to the storage shed or warehouse. So we put it here. They have turned blue. Those icons have turned blue now, which means there is a shortage of workers. So how do we cure that problem? We can go to copy. We can drag our mouse over the parts we wish to copy, and we get a perfect copy there. So if you do this with all your buildings, you're left with a, well, in theory, you should have a symmetrical looking city, which is always very satisfying to look at. So again, we've still not got enough workers. You can see here we're -6 workers. let's change that, shall we? So again, we'll do our little copy trick here. Yep, that should do it. And we'll put the houses here. Okay, so now we've got +4 workers. So we have a surplus of labour, which is good. Okay.
Attention for the Admiral.
Let's keep hunting for that elusive second island, shall we? Alright, so what's next? We need to keep adding workers until we unlock... Oh, I want to move that. Until we unlock our next building. So here I'm just laying the groundwork for a large housing section. And here we go. We have our first new building unlocked, which is the fisheries. Fish keep your farmers fed. So it's important to have fish. Now, as you can see, I'm running a little low on timber, but that's okay. Because as you can see here, there's timber in the ship. And we have discovered a new island. How about that? What I need though is fertility to be able to grow peppers. This island does not have that, so it's no good for me as a second island. So let's try over here, maybe there's an island we can use over here. Okay. But we're still a little low on wood. Okay. And now I've unlocked some new buildings.
Attention for the Admiral.
Alrighty. So yeah, it's the village. Oh, sorry. The village has started to take shape quite nicely. And I am impressed by how this game looks. I really am. It is very, very pretty. If you're lucky enough to have a PC that can handle the graphics turned up to the highest setting, it really is a treat for your eyes. I could spend hours just looking at it and watching all the people run around, but I won't because that would be very boring for you. So let's see if we can find another island worth using. Oh.
The Emporium Exotique looks forward to your
Ah, so the Emporium Exotique. So this lady, you can buy and sell exotic goods from her. She's very interesting to know.
So many.
What does she have for sale? Not much. No. If she had peppers for sale, I would probably take them, but she doesn't. So
Flagship ready for orders.
let's try and find another island. Alright, so I've got enough to build some more structures now. So, first things first. Your workers need garments. Workers' clothes. To do that, you need wool. Yes, you need wool. So let's put the wool here and here. Okay, now we need the fields for the lovely sheep to go in. Okay, so they will start producing wool very shortly. Now, to turn that wool into clothes for your workers, you need a framework knitters. Now, the cost. Every building has a cost, as you can see here. It has its maintenance cost and its cost in workforce. You need 50 workers to run this building properly, and you need 2 wood to build it, and you also need $400 or credits or whatever you want to call them. We have that, so let's build one.
New orders.
Ooh, I've discovered another island. It's no good to me. I need an island that has fertility for peppers. This doesn't.
Flagship awaiting instructions.
Okay. So that's working. That's good. So yeah, the wool will be transported to the knitters. The knitters will then transport it to the warehouse, and then it goes to the market, and then it becomes an available resource for your population to use. So that's more or less how it works. Okay. Well, I still have 35 spare workers, so now what I can do is build a potato field. Okay. Now, okay, so see, as you can see, this building is out of range slightly with the warehouse, so we can relocate the warehouse so it's slightly closer. What's going on here? Why? I don't understand why that's got a red icon. And this one hasn't. That is a little strange. Okay. Let's try and delete it. Let's try and relocate it. Ah, I think I know why. That's why, because I was blocking the entrance. Ah, there we are. Perfect. Alright, let's move Mr. Warehouse back now. Alright, so our potatoes are growing. Why do we need potatoes? I hear you ask. We need potatoes to make schnapps. Schnapps keeps our farmers happy, drunk and happy. That's what they like to be, so we're going to give it to them. But first, I actually need to build some more houses. Let's do that. Yep, the number of free labour should start going up soon.
Flagship at your service.
Let's go on a hunt for another island. Aha! Ahaha! I have found one. I have found one. Land ho. And it's a pretty
Flagship awaiting instructions.
darn nice island. Very nice. What it doesn't have is potato growing capacity, which is a little problem early on, not so much of a problem later. I'm going to go ahead and settle this. She's not very happy that I settled an island before her, but you know, screw her. She's not the boss. Alright, so we've got enough free workers now that we can build our first distillery. A small note of caution when you're building distilleries. Build them away from any other important buildings because they do have a tendency to spontaneously explode. Yes, so you don't want these exploding and then having them set fire to your entire city. Trust me, I've learnt the hard way. You don't want to do that. So maybe it's a sensible idea to build a fire station before you build your distillery. Again, lessons learned the hard way. So let's do that. So as you can see, that's getting established. You're training your firefighters, or training your dairy firefighters. And now we can place our first distillery. And I am going to double up on the distillery. It's always to have more resources than you need than to have not enough. Alright, so we need to increase that number to at least 50. Let's do that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Nope, copy this row here, and put it there. Look at that, lovely jubbly. Okay, we have encountered another problem. The distillery is too far away from the warehouse. Let's change that, shall we? Yeah, you will have to sometimes adjust your building locations, but you know, that's fine. It's all a learning process. Now, as you can see, there's lots of people. But they're not very happy. Why aren't they happy? Let's find out. Let's ask her. She's unhappy. She doesn't have access to a pub. Yep. Wouldn't we all be unhappy if we didn't have access to a pub? And she doesn't have access to her schnapps. You know, her hooch, her vodka. You know. Lady needs a drink. Let's give them what they want. So, click on the pub. You want it as central as possible, so it can service as many of your citizens as possible. Okay, now let's click on the farmers again. Good, so their pub needs are perfect, and the amount of schnapps arriving on the market is steadily increasing. We are good. We are off and running. And you can see here, I will soon no longer be in the red. So let's add another. Oh, no, I don't want to do that yet. Let's take this little tail bit off. Copy. And copy. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So as I mentioned earlier, you want to double up on all your production buildings. At least that's my strategy. It seems to serve me well most games. So my advice is to do that. Be careful of expanding too quickly. I've done this before. Overexpanding or expanding too quickly will drain all of your market goods, all your essential goods that you need. If these bars start to go red or they're empty, you'll start losing money very quickly. very quickly. So yeah, you need to meet the needs of your citizens. Keep a steady supply of material and goods coming in and going out. That's basically what this game is. And I didn't think I would ever enjoy a game like this as much as I do. So there we are. Alright, so we've got a surplus of 106 workers, and they're all happy. Happy workers, happy governor. And the happier they are, the more money they will earn you. Yes. So it pays to keep your workers as happy as possible. Alright. So that is a half decent setup. That's a good base from which to build a city, a thriving city. But we are a long way away. In fact, what we can start doing now is working on this island, start developing this island a little bit. So let's do that. Oh, that was supposed to be a market. Okay. Market's there. Let's just build some roads around it. So, first things first, we need houses, we need wood. Lots of wood over here. Let's go over here for wood. Let's go over here for houses. Great. Okay. So, place your T-junction, or your cross-junction I should say. Then, place a house on each corner. Wrap it in road. And there we are. And then hit the copy button. Drag your mouse over. There. You just get a perfect copy. More or less every time. So that's good. Right, we've got 12 workers, 13 workers. Wonderful. So let's build a timber yard. Okay, compromise. There looks quite good. Let's do that. Oh, relocate closer. There we go. Good. Storage to store all your goodies in. I don't quite have enough wood for that at the moment, but that's okay. Ah, yeah, so I should mention, if you don't have the materials ready, you can place a temporary, and it gives you a temporary structure. It gives you the ghost of the structure. Yeah, and then when you do eventually have the resources, you can. I've messed up a little bit here. There we go. So now they have a warehouse to take their timber to. Good. Alright. So that's going to come along nicely. Now, because I cannot grow potatoes on this island, I have to grow them here, which also means I have to grow them here and then transport them and distill them over there, or simply centralize the whole process and just ship the finished product over there. Right now, it makes sense to simply shift the product over there. But I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to do a quest.
I need help with me lowly troubles.
So yeah, periodically throughout the game, your citizens will ask for help. Will ask you for help. They'll give you a random task for you to do, and they usually give quite generous rewards, stuff that's going to help you through the game, bonuses, etc. So let's accept the quest.
You can make better what's already gold.
Find and collect the stray dogs. Okay, so we've got to look out for some stray dogs. That doesn't look like a stray dog. Those dogs look like they've got owners. Yeah, boy, wait. Where are they? Ah!
I wish I'd a goose for your kindness.
I've found your dogs, lady. And what's she giving me?
Check a copy.
Ah! Okay, so I have a mate to put in one of my ships, and its self-repair capacity is effectively double, so that's actually pretty good. Let's read the newspapers. Let's see what people are saying about it.
Our patron is utterly humbling. If there is anything I can do,
Very good.
imagine it and we
I'm
can do
not
it.
going to go bankrupt anytime soon, no worries. Yeah, everything seems fine, I'm okay with that.
I too hope to spread good and truthful news.
Don't we all? Okay. Yeah, something I should have mentioned. So you probably noticed when the newspaper popped up, it gives you an option to change things. Yes, you can rewrite the newspapers in any way you see fit. It costs you influence to do this. It also can cause you problems diplomatically if you're lying to your population and your rivals see that you're doing it. Some of them don't like that. Some of them do. Some of them will reward you, but most will look upon you, well, as you would anyone who manipulates the press for their own gain. So, we are good. We're losing a little bit of money, but that's not too much of a problem. What we can do now is
Happy as a pig in muck.
we can upgrade our residence. Now they're not just farmers, they are bona fide workers now, and each class of labour, like each labourer type, has ever increasing needs and luxury wants, as you can see here. Their basic needs, so they have the same basic needs as the farmers, more or less, but they need sausages. Okay, so how do you get sausages, you may ask? Well, first of all, you need bricks. So, let's build a clay pit. It does look like I'm going to have to build my first bridge. So let's do that. I don't want to waste any space, which is why I'm hugging the cliff line here. But that does look quite pretty over the river like that, no? Yeah, looks pretty cool. Paradise. Paradise. Okay. As you can see, I'm minus 40 workers at the moment, so I need to upgrade my existing workforce, at least some of them, to workers. Okay, still need 20, need 10. Good. So I have enough workers to get this clay pit operational. Clay pit needs a warehouse to store the clay. Of course, we need a brick factory to turn that clay into bricks. And we need 25 workers to operate the factory. No problem. Let's do that. Why do you need a brick factory? Apart from to manufacture bricks, well, you need the bricks to build the slaughterhouse, which is where the piggy is going to be turned into sausages. My apologies for any vegans who I may have inadvertently offended. They're virtual pigs, don't worry, they're not real pigs. Okay. Good. So I think I want another brick factory. I don't want to have a bottleneck with bricks. So yeah, I'm in fact going to build 2. In fact, I'm probably going to move my fire station. Makes sense to move it here. Alright, I'm losing 25 credits. Okay. Alright, good. So I should start getting bricks into storage at some point. Alright, let's start developing this side again. Okay, so they've been busy. I've got plenty of timber to work with. That's great. So let's give them fish. let's give them work clothes. Okay, I'm gonna use the same copying technique here. Wash. Okay, looking good. Next, I'm still minus 19 workers. I still need to get the workers in. Okay. Here we go.
In Oakfield,
Let's add the fields
we
so
put our
that
love
we can have our lovely sheep. Then we can have our knitters, our framework knitters. Good, those houses are filling up. There is more and more people coming. Which is great. Wonderful. Let's give these fine people somewhere to relax after a hard day's work. Now, of course, they are going to want their schnapps, their hooch. I can't grow potatoes on this island because there isn't the fertility. So I have to transport goods from here to here. Now, yeah, you can see why I wanted as little distance between these islands as possible. One, it makes it easier to defend. More on that in a little while. But the second is, transport time. And you can see here the direction of the wind. Yeah, if the wind is against you, it's going to take a long time to transport anything via the sea. Even more so, so the more cargo the ship is carrying, the slower it's going to be. So, stands to reason that a ship carrying concrete, for example, is going to travel slower than a ship carrying thick. Okay, special delivery. So now, look, you can see here, because they've got all their luxury good needs met, or they are being met. They're happier. My profits are going up. Everything is running pretty well so far. So let's turn that around. Okay, so we've got bricks. Wonderful. So what we can do now is we can build a pig farm. So let's do that. Okay, pig farm. Let's have one here. Let's have one here. Oh, I'm low on workers again now. But that's okay. Or I'm low on farmers, I should say, not workers. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem for very much longer.
Trade agreement between competitors has ended.
Okay. Goodo. So as you can see, I'm making a nice little bit of profit now. People are happy. The only thing is, I need a bigger workforce. That number is on the up. Let's try and speed it up a little bit though. Wonderful. There we go. I'm only short 13 workers. They should be arriving any moment. Wonderful. Now let's go back to island number 2. Everybody's happy here. They will eventually run out of schnapps because they're not producing any, they're just consuming. What can we do about that? We can buy schnapps from our luxury trader friend. Now, it does cost you money, but in my opinion, it's better to spend that money and take a little bit of a loss and keep all of your citizens happy than to have them angry at you. It just works out easier in the long run, in my opinion. There might be other players that do it differently, but that's my philosophy anyway. Alright, good. I think we're ready for our slaughterhouse to make sausages. We need to upgrade more farmers to workers. Okay, we've got 40 workers. We need 10 more to operate the slaughterhouse. Wonderful. Slaughterhouse, let's put it here. Yeah. Good. So, because I've created a bigger workforce, I've unlocked more buildings. Bread. Now my workers want bread. These people are so demanding. Come on, I've given you shelter, I've given you booze, I've given you clothes, now stare on at me for bread. Okay, I guess we have to do something about the bread situation. Now, for bread you need wheat, and wheat fields, they take up a lot of space, so have a look out on your island for a section where it's going to give you plenty of space to grow your wheat. You're going to end up growing a lot of it at the beginning of the game anyway, so.
I wish to found a new kingdom here.
No.
Is this really a disgrace?
Yeah, well, I'm just being awkward. I don't care if you don't like me very much. Good, okay. So the wheat's growing now. Lovely. Next thing we need is a flour mill to process the wheat, turn it into flour. And we need a bakery. But we need 50 workers in order to operate said bakery. So everything on this island is going very well indeed. I have a very large work surplus here. So let's upgrade these guys. Good, and I'm still making a tidy profit. There's still schnapps on the market, although that number is going down quite rapidly. Yeah, so for a beginning of the game, I'd say this is a good first step. Not the easiest start, but it could be a lot more difficult. Okay, I want to take my ship. I want the metal I deposited here earlier. It'll be on my other island. Yes. Okay, so what I plan to do is settle another island. So I have 3 to begin with. 3 should give me a great base from which to build. Good. Yeah. So those are my plans. So to increase my workforce. Oh, nearly there. Okay. Let's build the bakery nice and close to the windmill, because that's where it gets its raw materials. Wonderful. Now my workers have bread. Okay. Okay, wow, and that is my timer. So, yeah, I'm going to stop the video here. I hope I've done this game justice and showcased it well for you. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I love playing this game. I love making videos about this game. I hope you've enjoyed it too. So please leave a comment, any questions you might have, any criticism would be appreciated, any advice you have. Yeah, please let me know. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages, have a wonderful rest of the day. Lots of love. Take care of each other. Bye.